king, I am not a god, I am Humpty!
What's good, Tano? In today's video, I will show you how to build your Dual Viciss and make it very powerful to take down level 9999 Steel Path enemies in Warframe. Let me show you first what this weapon capable of. And welcome back, Tano. I hope you enjoyed the speedrun. Hit the like button, subscribe, and turn the bell on for more content. And as always, before I build my weapons or my Warframes, I rely on my method called DVS. D stands for how I'll be dealing damage, what elements I'll be using, what's the faction I'll be fighting, what the weapon has to offer in the table. V stands for how I proc 10 stacks of viral to make enemies vulnerable by 325% more damage to their HP. S stands for stripping enemies armor. We don't care about armor, we care about the damage reduction comes with armor. By lowering armor, we lower the damage reduction to deal higher damage. And of course, we don't use any ribbons in our builds, so you save your platinum pretty much. And also, I use Revenant, so I don't boost the weapon in any way. So you can apply this weapon in any Warframe or a damage boosting Warframe to receive even better results. Let's go. And now, Tano, if you don't like my methods on how proc viral armor strip enemies, check the sheet. It can help you maneuver around my methods to find your own style. I'll be running 2 Emerald Darkon shards to push the stacks of corrosive from 10 to 14 to armor strip enemies. Not with my weapon, but with the Tempest Barrage helmet ability that will proc corrosive. It's a Hydroid subsumable ability. 3 Archon shards for 25% melee critical damage and double if you have more than 500 energy, and which we do. And for Revenant, we're running Steel Charge, Arcane Fury, Arcane Strike, and Tempest Barrage to proc viral. So, the Tempest Barrage and the Viral Tempest augment, you proc corrosive and viral with one ability. And really scoop that during the speedrun, I didn't use any of those arcanes or the aura, because I took all the 3 weapons to level cap at once and I couldn't fit the arcane. So the performance you saw at level cap was without arcanes and aura for melee weapon. And now for the Dual Viciss, starting with unique trait, and this is why I built the weapon in this way, and everything will make sense in a second. On weapon gas statue effect, where the gas comes from, it comes built in on the weapon. Gain 8% movement speed, doesn't really matter, but what matters is 7% attack speed for 10 seconds, stacks up to 5 times. Really cool. Now, you got the Carving Mantis for the stance, Dreamer's Wrath to enable Tennokai. Tennokai, a sword will pop in your screen. You perform a heavy attack without consuming any combo multiplier. Also, the critical damage is increased by 32% for Tennokai attacks. Blood Rush to increase your critical chance per combo multiplier. Galvanized Elementalist is a statue damage increase, but it's multiplicative. Slash, we have it. Heat, we don't have it, but electricity we do, and gas we do. So we got 3 elements, 2 of them elements, and 1 of them is physical. Really good stuff. Galvanized Steel for critical chance and critical damage increase on kills. Primed the Smite Hurricane multiplicative damage against the faction you're fighting. You change it, depends on the faction. And if you don't want to do that, just go for Primed Pressure Point, or you can do Sacrificial Pressure and Sacrificial Steel instead of Galvanized Steel. Condition Overload for 80% melee damage per set type affecting the target. Gladiator Might for critical damage and melee critical chance per combo multiplier. Organ Shatter for critical damage. Voltaic Strike for electricity and statue chance. And you got Melee Influence on melee electricity statue. 20% chance for elemental melee statue effect to apply to enemies within 20 meters. And also will deliver all the statues that's on that target. We're talking about the gas and we're talking about the electricity. Everything else like slash and puncture or impact or whatever, they don't get transferred as they are physical. Alright. Now, when it comes to our companion, we'll be running like always. Nautilus Cordon to pull enemies together, Duplex for the clones, Assault to attack, Vacuum for the loot, Manifold for more Cordon, Shield Armor Health, Reinforced Bond, Fire Rate, Critical Damage. If your Sentinel weapon has 50% plus critical chance. If you're gonna be using the best Sentinel weapon in the game, which is the Verglass, you will need the Riven for Tenacious Bond to activate. Otherwise, take off the Riven, you sacrifice Tenacious Bond, still Verglass as good. If you want Tenacious Bond without a Riven for Verglass, run Primed Razor Rifle, Vorklok, or Burst Laser Prime, you'll be good to go. Now, let's test the weapon against enemies in Simulacrum. Now, the reason I'm using the Tempest Barrage to proc Viral and Armor Strip enemies, and of course you can bring Unairo, you can bring whatever you want, but the reason I don't want to run Dexterity Arcanes on my primary and secondary, and I just go for Naramon. That's the first thing. The second thing is that DVS with the Tempest Barrage is really easy when it comes to melee weapons, and I will show you that in a second. So let's do it without DVS. We're just going to attack these enemies, and of course we need to go for 12 combo multiplier. Naramon will help us do so. As you can see, enemies are getting destroyed even with 8 combo multipliers. And this weapon is no joke at all. Look at that. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And as I told you guys earlier, during the speedrun, I was without arcanes and without the stance, so the weapon will be performing now better than even the speedrun against level cap. And for the sake of time, because there is a lot of Coda weapons, a lot of weapons I need to deliver builds for you guys. I wasn't fair to this weapon, honestly, but I trusted my build, so I took the risk, and it's alright. You already know. Now, that's without DVS, guys. The enemies are not armor stripped, and we're just like slicing them like a knife slicing through butter. Now, if I apply full DVS, means I'll be armor stripping them and proccing viral on them. I mean, that wouldn't last even a second. That's what I'm talking about, right? That's like without full DVS, they're just annihilated. But look at that, boom, boom, dead. 5 million, easy. Look at that, boom, boom. Now, like, I feel that dying even before my weapon reaches them. Really powerful weapon, and you must try it. In the end, I would give this weapon 7 out of 10. Really good, and you must try it. I want to say thank you so much for everyone supporting this channel in any way by liking, subbing, commenting, watching. Follow me on Twitch, follow me on TikTok. Big love to you all, and thank you so much. Special thanks to all the members in the channel and the undisputed donator and special VIPs and the whole donations and everyone in my community. And I'll see you guys on the next video.